Hi, my name is John from Japanese Knife Imports, and today I'm here to show you our Diamond 300A stone. The Diamond 300A stone is different from a lot of the stones that we carry, being that, of course, the main abrasive in it is diamond, unlike aluminum oxide and silicon carbide that you see in a lot of the other stones that we have. So first I'm going to show you what the new stones look like. I'll show you a little bit about what's different about them and their care and maintenance, and then we'll test it out on a couple of knives so you can see how the stone works and how it responds to different kinds of steel. So this is a brand new Diamond 300A stone. You can see on the side it says 300A. And what you'll notice is when you look at the side of the stone, there's a stone, which is the top 3 millimeters, this green section, mounted to a base, this kind of gray, marbly looking thing. And the bottom is this black stuff that's like cabinet liner. It's really nice because when you put the stone down, it's not sliding all over the place. It's very stable. So this is what the new stones look like. Being that the stone is only 3 millimeters thick on the top, you have to assume that the stone is going to last a long time if that's all they want to put on there. This stone is actually a very slow dishing stone, so that 3 millimeters will last you a very, very long time. The stone that I have here, I've had for about 2 years now, and I'll show you about how much I have left of it. So these are what the diamond stones look like. One thing that I like is that the base is not metal, and a lot of the diamond stones that I've gotten from various companies in the past, the base they mount to is metal, and it's really heavy, and it can rust. And in fact, in another video, you'll see I have a diamond stone mounted on an old base of a diamond stone, and it is kind of rusted and messed up. So that's what the stone looks like. And as I mentioned before, they're very slow wearing, but eventually they will need to be flattened as there's 3 millimeters there that you can wear through. And traditional flattening methods don't really work, so we've included a special flattening plate for these diamond stones. And I'll show you how these work in a second, but this is what it looks like. So that's what the new stones look like. Here is mine, and here is my flattening device for it. Here you can see I still have about 2 millimeters left on the stone. You know, it's not so worn through, and it's pretty flat still too, and I've used it for hundreds and hundreds of knives. The flattening plate works kind of like this in circular motions as you go through. You want to work down the high spots. Unlike the diamond flattening plate that we have where you rub the thing in a long oval stroke, this doesn't cover the surface of the stone, so you focus on the high spots and work them down as you go. And you can also round off the corners of these stones, just as you would with anything else. These diamond flattening devices are specially geared towards these kinds of plates. And they can work well on some other diamond stones, but it's not really made for just any kind of stone or diamond stone. It's designed for these. So here we go. We're going to test out the stone with a couple of different knives. First, we'll use a stainless powdered steel knife with a relatively high hardness. And as you hear the sound the stone makes, you can hear it sounds a little bit scratchy. It provides a really nice, grippy, tactile feel. And you'll see a lot of diamond stones that I've tested in the past do not provide that. We have one set that we've done buys of from time to time that actually has a very similar feeling, but they're 1,000 and 6,000 stone. This 300 stone is a lot more aggressive. And you can see metal being removed. Now, it's important to note that even though this is a 300 grit stone, it's not as fast as our Geshin 220, and a lot of people might expect that because the abrasive is diamond, it would be on par speed-wise with the 220. It's not. It's more in the type of range of things that we see with our 400 and 400S. It's faster than those, clearly, and it dishes much more slowly, but it's not the knife that I would go to for ridiculous amounts of metal removing. What I do use this for is removing deeper scratches, and I use it for a lot of initial sharpening on knives that are pretty messed up. But this removes the scratches from our 150 grit water wheel rather quickly, and I like that. And I like that it leaves a very consistent and even finish. And part of that's because it dishes so slowly, and part of it's because the abrasive in here is very consistent. And this has formed an absurdly large burr in no time at all. So we're going to move over to a carbon steel blade on a wide bevel. This is blue number 1 with soft carbon cladding. And again, you can see lots of metal being removed. Not so much of the stone, so there's not like green runoff coming off quite as much, but there is a lot of black, a lot of metal. And because I don't like to flatten these so often, what I try and do is I try and use the high and low spots of the stone as evenly as I can. So I use the tip down in this section over here and the heel over here, so that I can wear the stone as evenly as possible as I do my sharpening. And so here you can see the kind of finish that this stone leaves. There's clearly scratches, but they're very even and consistent all the way through. And I find that going from this stone to a medium grit stone is a very easy jump. I jump from here to anywhere between 800 and 2000 grit rather consistently. So this is our Diamond 300A stone. Here you can see. If you have any questions about the stone or anything at all, you can always contact us at Jon, at JapaneseKnifeImports.com, or look us up on the web at www.JapaneseKnifeImports.com. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.